Morning.
Hi. Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well. It's afternoon here already. So,
Oh, okay,
how are
okay.
you?
So you are on the East Coast?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So it's just 2 minutes past noon now.
Yes, it is.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm based in Arizona, so it's just in the morning. Yeah.
Oh, did you just call me on my phone? Is that the number that came in from Arizona
Yeah, yeah.
from
So
someone?
that's my
Okay.
team member. I can show who is on the call.
Okay.
Yeah, we were just
Okay.
trying to get in touch with you.
Okay.
Yes. So thank you for filling out the form. We noticed that you are looking for Denali, and
Yes.
we have understood what options you are looking at and how you are looking to take it forward. So if I understand correctly, it's 2023 or 2024 GMC Yukon Denali, and then the
hmm
trim level what you're looking at is XL Ultimate. Your exterior
Correct.
color preference is white, gray, or pearl. For the
hmm
pre-owned one, you are looking at less than 60,000 miles driven. And then you are also working on getting a pre-approval from a local credit union so that we can get it at a lower APR.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
that's correct. One comment on the local credit union is
yeah.
that if the vehicle is found outside the state of Florida, there's a requirement that they do the title transfer before the purchase can be executed. So that makes it a little tricky.
Okay.
But whenever I purchased a car with the same credit union before, and what I ended up doing was just looking for alternative financing. And so I even though I had the pre-approval, I
Mm-hmm.
had to switch because the car was had a
Found
title
outside.
outside of Florida.
Okay.
So it'd be an issue when you're looking at the open market. Ideally, we would want the dealer to be accommodating in that they'll do the title transfer. So it's up to the dealer really to do the title transfer and take a purchase agreement in good faith and maybe a deposit in good faith in order to move forward with the title transfer to Florida before the full purchase agreement is executed. So that's a little, I guess, a footnote to remember in terms of if I want to move forward with the credit union financing. The reason why I prefer the credit union financing is they offer lower rates because they're a local community bank. It's not
Hmm.
a nationwide bank like Chase. I can easily get financed to Chase or Capital One, but those rates are always either 2 or 3% higher than what my local credit union offers me.
Yeah. And you are 100% correct on that front. But what we have
Okay.
also seen is as dealerships are linked with multiple banks, the big fours, essentially the Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and others. But sometimes they are also working with other capital services who can put a lien on the vehicle and finance at a lower rate as compared to some
Mm.
of the major national banks. So we can
Okay.
explore that option. But what we do is, as a concierge, as a consultant to support in your market research, vehicle inventory availability, as well as on the deal closure, we only focus on the out the door number, which is the vehicle
Mm.
price plus the applicable taxes and fees. And we don't
Mm.
let the dealership know either we are going to either finance or pay it in cash until the final hour to ensure that they don't factor in those equations while giving us the
Yeah.
price. And then we work on getting the lowest negotiated price using our proven negotiation tactics with multiple dealership where your preferred vehicle is found to ensure that we are able to compare apples to apples and get the best value for money. By doing that, we are able to lock in the vehicle at the lower price compared to just like letting them know, essentially spilling the beans and for
Mm.
them to play around with the financing or the pricing on the vehicle. And then once the car is found either in Florida or any other state, then we
Mm.
just go ahead and put a refundable $500 deposit, which legally allows us to reserve that vehicle on your name for the next 72 hours. And during
Mm.
that time, at ease, we can make sure that, okay, whether we are going with credit union, dealership financing, or how does that look like, and take the
Mm.
most appropriate steps then. So that is what
Okay.
we suggest all the clients whom we work with. But if you
Yeah.
have already applied to the credit union, please continue with that process and see
Yeah.
what rates we are getting. Sometimes we
Okay.
also inform the dealership that, hey, with the credit union, we have got a rate, for example, 3.49 or
Mm.
4.5. Can you match it? And if
Mm-hmm.
they are able to match it, then we don't have to worry about the
Yeah.
transfer of the title and everything. But also we
Understood.
make sure that there are no prepayment penalty. You can
Okay.
make additional payment as and when you want. And the
Mm.
terms are defined, and there is no acquisition fee or any other miscellaneous fees that they are adding on the top of it to just being able to finance through them. So we have understood the experience of reading all the clauses before saying yes to anything what they say verbally. Because at the end of
Mm.
the day, we have to double check the contract before we do the signing on the same.
Understood.
Yes.
Perfect. The other thing, I wanted to add a couple more things
Yeah.
regarding specifics around the model. The fuel type for this vehicle, you have two options. One is the gasoline version, the other one is the diesel. I
Yeah.
don't know if in the notes I put a preference for diesel. It's not a hard requirement, but a preference for diesel would be nice when you're doing your discovery work around
Sure.
outstanding inventory.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing regarding the financing, with my local credit union, I have an LLC, and so ideally, I would like the vehicle name titled under the LLC and not under my personal name, so
Mm.
I could use it as a company vehicle primarily.
Sure. And it can also help offset the taxes based
That's
on your company's
exactly why.
revenue.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
exactly why I prefer it that way. Yes, to offset my taxes.
Yes.
So something to note.
Definitely. And will get your company incorporated in the form of financing, either through your
Yeah.
credit union or through the dealership when the time comes on us to do the vehicle acquisition process.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm already. I have a call today to do the pre-approval
Mm-hmm.
with my local credit union, and they'll give me sort of the top end of what I qualify for.
Mm.
I can share that with you once I get the pre-approval, so that
Yep.
you have it there as part of the file, and you can look it up when we're in the acquisition phase.
Absolutely. And are you financing through Florida State Credit Union, or is it,
It's the Space Coast Credit Union.
yeah, Space
It's called
Coast Credit?
Space Coast.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
guys correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I do my business banking with.
Okay. Okay. So they would
Okay.
have all the financial
Yes.
statements, accounting, everything, so that they can
Yes.
give you the maximum credit line as a part of you getting this vehicle, essentially the Denali.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I'm looking to like the top end to be between 65 to 70,000. Depends. I've seen them for more,
Mm-hmm.
but again, I guess I'm not looking for, the 10,000 miles on the car. I'm just looking for less than 60,000. So as you go up in mileage on the vehicle, the price drops drastically.
Yeah.
Uh,
And what is your
there's also a
budget?
big difference between the year 2023 and 2024, even though from a vehicle look and feel perspective, it's the same thing. Not much has changed between models. And so that's also something to consider. I rather have sort of a better negotiated price, lower
Mm-hmm.
price, and take a higher mileage vehicle than me
Mm.
focusing on a really low mileage vehicle, and that doesn't concern me too much.
Sure. So on that note, I would highlight and share the three steps which we take as a concierge to support, especially on I would say closing on a pre-owned or a used vehicle. Is number one, we do a detailed Carfax report. That is, we collect that Carfax report and ensure that we have the report till the date when we are going to purchase the Denali. Because dealerships are smart that they would share the Carfax report, which is 2 or 3 months old. And we don't
Mm,
know that in the 2 or 3 months, in the previous 2 to 3 months, what has happened with the vehicle. whether any fender benders have happened, whether the
Yeah.
vehicle had any front or back collision, etc. So we ensure that the dates are aligned. Number two is we ask the dealership to share something called dealership inspection report, DIR. In
Mm,
that, it allows us to see when they took the vehicle in from the previous owner and they did a
mm,
110 point service inspection. What are the observations they have found before listing the vehicle once again back in the market? So that gives
okay.
us additional visibility on
Mm,
the history of the vehicle. And then the third step is once we put down a $500 deposit, then we go for a third party, which is called pre-purchase inspection. It can be
mm,
done by a local nearby auto shop, auto repair shop, or a mechanic, or we
mm,
can go for some of the franchise ones which are out there where a mobile mechanic will go to the dealership and will thoroughly inspect the vehicle and give us the report, not to the dealership. So that
okay.
allows us to compare their reports versus what we have got as a part of the inspection. This allows us to be thoroughly vigilant before we sign off on the paperwork,
Mm,
ensuring that the vehicle is in great shape and condition. If the dealership does not allow for any of the three steps to happen, we suggest and we recommend that we should move away from that deal. But the choice is yours. We act
yeah.
as a consultant, we act as an advisor and a concierge to you. But you make, as a client, you make the final decision on which particular car you want to buy, from which dealership you want to buy, and at what negotiated price you want to buy. We are 100% not affiliated with any dealership across the country.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we do a thorough, detailed listing. Allow me to share my screen, and I'll quickly show you how does that look like. So, for example, this is one of our corporate client, just like how you wanted to build this particular case on your LLC. This is a client of ours. They are also based out of Florida, and they were looking for a 2025 GMC Acadia. You are looking for Denali, but I'm just giving you a very close reference as to how we do a detailed listings. So we understand what is their zip code, and then from their zip code, which was 07045, we identify all different options. You can see this is like a month before, very, very latest curation what we have done. And in this, they were looking for a new one. I'll also show you some of the pre-owned vehicles what we have done to give you also visibility on that front. And this is where we list down all the dealerships. We get the window sticker, so we know the trim level, the packages, and everything which comes as a factory installed options as a part of the purchase. The exterior color, the interior color, online price, what is the retail price, what is the discount, what is the phone number, with whom we have been talking, what is the monthly payment, current, and the savings, right? And they were looking to get on the lease as a part of corporate fleet leasing program. So we look at 36 months, 15,000 miles with a $6,000 deposit. Another client of ours who was looking for, again, GMC Yukon here, where we will list down everything, what was the online price, how we have negotiated, etc. Let me also find some of the other pre-owned vehicles, what we have done, where you can see that this is where we'll list down all the features, just like how you have suggested. What is the version?
Mm,
What is the year or newer? 40,000 miles or less. We'll look at 60, 65,000 miles or less in your case. Clean title, preferably with some warranty, because it's 2023 or 2024 we are looking at. So it will definitely
mm,
have some manufacturer warranty because it comes for the 4 years. So we'll consider that. You have mentioned that you are looking for gasoline, so we'll focus on that. The colors, what you are looking for.
diesel.
Yes.
Preference for
Sorry,
diesel
sorry.
versus
My
gasoline.
my
Yeah.
bad. And I'll take a note.
Okay.
Akansha, please take a note on this, and we'll fill out a form. So we have a structured
Okay.
form. What we'll fill it out. Essentially, some of the options what you have already shared, but we'll do a detailed listing here so that we don't miss out on any of the specifications what you're looking for in your vehicle, and all of the key features. And then this is how we do a detailed listing, where we also ensure that the vehicle what you are looking for, whether it is certified or used, what is the year, make, model, and the trim, where the vehicle is particularly situated right now, and all the additional key features and specifications which you have asked us to consider. And we do this master listing from 18 different online platforms. Plus, we do a mass outreach via email and text messages to 30 to 35 dealerships within 250-mile radius of your zip code. So that way, we are both looking at online options. Also, we are looking at offline options, sometimes which are not listed online, to ensure that we
Okay.
have all comprehensively all the listings, all the vehicle inventory which is out there in the market, even before we start negotiations on that. That gives us the upper hand and the leverage that we know that this many vehicle options are out there. So if one dealership is saying no, they will not discount, or they are adding a lot of dealership shenanigans, essentially convenience fee, window tint fee, this package, that package, etc., to bloat up the price of the vehicle, then we skip
Mm.
working with that dealership and move on to the next one. And then here you can see that after listing down everything, we'll also look at the accident status, the Carfax link, how many miles are driven on the vehicle. All of that visibility is what you get as a single dashboard. And your contact information is not shared with any dealership till the final hour, so that you are not bombarded with multiple calls, texts, and emails from those dealer sales associates. That gives you a complete convenience and peace of mind while we do all the back end work and ensure that you are getting what exactly you are looking for. What is the initial OTD, which is out the door prices you are getting, quotation, what is the comment, and we negotiate with not the dealership sales associate who are in the front office, but directly with the senior managers, director, as well as with the finance team. So we build that rapport, we go back and forth via email, text, and phone call. And we don't believe anything of the dealership until and unless we get the pricing in writing from the dealership, to ensure that there is absolute cost savings which we can pass on to you before you purchase the vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for that thorough explanation, Neil.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Welcome. And so we look at all the options and we are not afraid. You can see if the car is sold, we keep updating the spreadsheet. It's not that we'll just list it down one time and that's pretty much about it. Every 24 to 48 hours, one of our dedicated concierge team member will go and refresh the listing to ensure that if any new inventory is outlined or listed in the market, it gets added to your spreadsheet so that you can have real-time visibility as to what is happening in the market.
Okay.
Yeah. And then,
On average,
yeah.
once you engage with a customer, how long does it normally take to from discovery to acquisition?
So the fastest what we have done is less than 54 hours, which is 2 working days. And the
Okay.
longest we have done is 6 months, because clients go on break, they change their
So,
preferences, etc., etc. So if you are very sure about this vehicle, you don't want to compare multiple vehicles, you just want the lowest negotiated price, and you are communicative with us either on a phone call or text messages, then on average, 5 to 7 working days.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And if we
Fair
feel
enough.
that the price is little bit higher, then we would personally request you, hey, is it okay if we take one more day to work on this? As we
Yeah.
work on a flat fee model, the concierge fees is $998, which is $1,000, all inclusive. $500 as we kick off, as we begin the engagement, and the remaining $500 once you get the keys of your vehicle. That assures you that we are on our toes, we are working on your behalf. Every day we are communicating with you, and we are going to review the paperwork, negotiate on the APR if we go on the route of dealership financing, and ensure that you
Mm,
have a hassle-free and seamless process while you are at the dealership. And once you get the keys and once you are happy, then only will we request the second part of the invoice.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And so What's the next step?
So the next step is it will take the 2 minutes to fill out this form. Most of the
Okay.
information you have already shared with us. I have your email on file. Just let me,
Hmm.
just give me one moment. I'll just put down your email as well as your phone number, which you have shared with us. In the meantime, while I do this, Seth, if you have any questions for us.
Yeah. So one of the comments you made was the off on here for I don't know, it was like $600 delivery, and they
Yes.
shipped it right to my door. So I'm not opposed to either taking a delivery, in a week or two. I just really want to cast a wide net in terms of what is available on the market in the make and model that I prefer.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not in a rush, but I don't want it to be 6 months either. Right. So
Yeah. So maybe within 2 weeks or within a month.
yeah, within a month is fine.
Okay.
I can finish up the pre-approval process. I can hand you, some more information into the file so that you can negotiate further along the life cycle, not just in the discovery. Once we have 4 or 5 that meet the criteria, then we can go one step further, and you're armed with the information you need. So I'm fine with 2 weeks. I'm fine with a month. I'm even fine with 2 months as long as we're moving forward. But my
Correct.
preference is not going to change in terms of
Absolutely.
vehicle.
Correct. So on that front, 2 points is definitely, see, we work 6 days a week from Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. And also we work on ad hoc or as a required basis on Sundays. So from our end, there will not be any delays. As soon as
Mm,
we receive new inventories, we'll share it with you. We'll update you via email. My team members will be in the email who will be communicating with you, but as a
mm,
business owner, I'll be marked in all the emails. We also have 2 daily hurdles within the team. So we work as a professional company where we have a daily stand-up meeting once in the morning and once in the evening to ensure that all of our client timeline preferences and everything is well understood and there is no delay or drag from our side. So that rest assured, you will have frequent communication from our end. You will also receive a client handbook where all the team members' phone number and email address are also there. So you have a complete visibility as to what is happening with us. And also,
mm,
one of our team members will be also in communication with you via text and phone call as appropriate on need basis. So we will not be
mm,
calling you in the middle of the day unless absolutely required, but you will have good multiple touch points across multiple platforms, ensuring and assuring that we are there to support at every step along the way. Now, to address your second point, we'll cast a wider net across the country.
mm,
We have done it for our clients who are based in New Jersey. We have found vehicle in Oregon. We have clients who are based
mm,
in Arizona. We have found the vehicle out in Boston. And we do cross-country shipping as well. We work with 7 to 10 different shipping providers where we'll get the quotation and also facilitate shipping. Of course, the shipping fees will be payable directly from your end to the shipping company,
yeah.
but we'll act as a facilitator to ensure that that is done in a systematic way and you'll not have to follow up multiple times. And when we find, let's say, one vehicle in Ohio or one vehicle in Chicago and one vehicle in New York, then we'll look at what is the out the door price, what is the miles, what is the year, and we'll also add the
Mm,
shipping cost to it and see where we are
okay.
getting a better savings,
Mm,
right?
okay.
As an
Perfect.
overall purchase of the process. And we'll also inform the dealership that this will be out of state purchase from the very get go. So that after negotiating, after going through the entire process, they don't come and throw a new, like we call it a card, right? They don't play
Yeah.
cards and say that, okay, now we don't do out of state, or sometimes they play the games, okay, we'll charge a convenience fee of $2,000, which you got to
Yeah.
pay in order for us to ship out of state. But there is no law in the country where we have to pay extra to get the vehicle shipped
Yeah.
out of state, right? But a lot of
Yeah.
customers are not aware about this process or this kind of games, unfortunately, played by the dealership. So this
Mm,
allows us to do it in a very systematic and thorough manner. And
Mm.
from the very get-go, we have full visibility. On the top of it, I also wanted to share this. I come from a strong mathematical background. So not only
Mm.
we look at a price, but we also look at price versus miles, and then we do a comparison, because sometimes we feel that the lowest price out of everything will be a best bet for us. But if the miles are high, then we'll have to look at a proportionate between what should be the price, what I should be paying for the best miles on the clean title vehicle for the same year. So we keep the year
Yeah.
constant and we look at the two things. So here you can see for one of our clients, the miles were around 10,000, 15,000 miles. And this was the price what we are getting. So you can see that the dots are being mapped out. And anything below the red regression line is a good buy for us. So,
Okay.
so here we don't go from that emotional touch point, but now out
Yeah.
of the three, you can choose the one which you like. It's not that it will only come with like one, but at least like the top three are like eliminated by default, because we are not getting the best value for money. We call it VFM, value for money.
Mm.
So here is how we are defining. Here is another equation what we did. So we do multiple iteration as and when the final top 7 to top 10 vehicles are being shortlisted out of the detailed inventory listings what we do, which will have 30, 40, 50 vehicles. And then we say, okay, these two are a good bet. And then we just negotiate with the two dealership to bring the price lower. Because there is no point of me showing a vehicle which is $70,000 and bring it down to $60,000 and show you that, hey, we have negotiated $10,000. But if there is already a vehicle which is at $62,000, it's much better to negotiate to $57,000, because
Yeah.
eventually we are going to save additional $3,000. So that's the philosophy what we have, rather than like artificially showing you that we are doing a lot of savings to you. We just
Yeah.
already go to the lowest one, and then we bring that to even lower on the pricing
Okay.
side. Yeah.
You know what would be helpful for me, because I always feel this when I purchase a vehicle, is the depreciation rate.
Yep.
And depreciation rate either annually or monthly or even daily. Because if, for example, I purchased a vehicle in November or December, there is a huge depreciation that's captured in
Yep.
terms of value after the purchase towards the tail end of the year.
Yep.
And so that's always a concern. So if we're out of there, we're going to take 4 or 5 months. But let's say I contacted you guys in November. I would actually want you guys to close the deal after the end of the year,
Yep.
because the depreciation is captured at the end of the year. And so
Yep.
that's important to me too. That I don't know, DMCs probably hold their value well. There are other vehicles that don't hold their value so well. So that's something to consider too. I think actually depreciation is more of a factor than, for example, the miles to the other ratio that you shared, which is price to miles.
Yep.
I think price to depreciation is something that I'm more interested in. The last thing I want to do is purchase a vehicle knowing that it's going to depreciate $10,000 in the next 5 days because we're at the end of the year.
Yeah.
That's painful. Yeah,
Correct. That is definitely painful. Pardon some sounds in the back. I'm just at the airport, just landed.
that's
So
okay.
before I get to the office, I thought that I will just do this call. And
Mm.
so here we have created a car depreciation calculator. So this is where you can have, we'll look at the asset value, the salvage value, duration in years, and what is the depreciation method which we are taking. So this is a very basic one which we have crafted here. But on the top of it, we'll also go and ensure that we are doing price to depreciation, especially in your
Mm.
case, and give you that for each of the listings what we'll have. So here, let's say
Mm.
if we have shortlisted five, there are multiple calculators which are out there, and we can also build one. We have an in-house full-time developer with us, and so that he takes care of all the calculators and all the upkeep and the
Yeah,
tech
it doesn't need
maintenance.
to be a
Yeah,
whole. It doesn't need to be anything elaborate. Maybe
yeah.
what is the anticipated depreciation at year end? So
Okay.
in December, let's say if I
And
okay,
directly do a checkout over here. So you have to click on curation part, and then it's 699, but there is a promo code over there, which I'll
okay,
share it with you. So it will just load here. where if you put a promo code deal 200, it will just
Okay.
discount it by $200, and it will have both
Okay.
the PayPal as well as debit or credit card, or I can create a custom invoice and share it with you.
And then the invoice would have a link out to pay for it.
Yes, the invoice will have the link to pay for it.
Yeah, I would prefer you send me an invoice
A
to my
proper.
email and I can click out and pay for it. I
Sure.
don't want to
Okay.
have to
Yeah, yeah.
navigate this site.
Absolutely. So I can definitely do that post our call. And Akansha, who just called right before our call, will be in touch
Mm-hmm.
with you. Once you
Okay.
make the payment, you will get an introductory email where the other set of team members who are on the client facing side will get connected with you, will welcome you with the client handbook, allow us
Mm-hmm.
the next at least one business day, which is today, the rest of the day and by tomorrow mid-afternoon, to share you the initial listings, what we'll find. We'll share about 10 to 12 just to get your understanding and the flavor. Once that is
Mm-hmm.
perfected and finalized, we'll go for a detailed and thorough listing. So just to
Mm-hmm.
share this with you, when you see the first listing as only like the 10 listings or the 10 vehicles only listed, it's not that we have not done an exhaustive one. It's just to show you what's trending in the market across
Mm-hmm.
multiple online platforms. Once that is perfected and refined well, then we go and do a thorough, extensive, and exhaustive listings for you.
Okay.
Yeah. And we don't take no for an answer. We'll ensure that multiple models are out there. We'll be
Mm-hmm.
negotiating with several dealerships. We also
Mm-hmm.
provide a end of the day report summary. So you will see how many dealerships we have negotiated, what is the price which we have negotiated further, with whom we are in touch with. And so you will have that visibility as well.
And when you share these car details with me, there'll be a link to the pictures so that
Yep.
I can take a look at. Okay.
Correct, correct. And if it
All
is an
right. Perfect.
offline listing, then what we do is we get the photos from the dealers, and we
Uh-huh.
upload it on a Google Drive, and then we create
Okay.
one document which will have all the make, model, miles, and everything on the
Okay.
vehicle.
Perfect.
And we put that link so that when you click on that, you have the vehicle details plus the photos of the dealer. I mean, photos of the car from the dealership.
Perfect. Okay. Perfect.
Sure. So that's it. I wanted to keep it simple and to the point, and ensure that we address all your queries. And we are available every single day, ensuring that you have a wonderful experience with us. And we look forward to
Okay.
serving you.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it, Neil.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
I'll
much.
keep an eye out for the invoice and I'll send over payment right away so we can get started.
Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Likewise. Take care.